How are we doing, you absolute degenerates? Well, of course you're degenerates. You're subscribed to me. And if you're not, do you want to be a degenerate and subscribe to me? Do what you want. Right, so today we're talking about the time, not so long ago, really not that long ago, that I didn't get paid for a job. Why didn't I get paid for that job? Let's get into it. This is why I don't like landscape. I don't know how to frame this. Who cares, right? So, what job was it? Well, I'm going to say it was an emergency leak. It was an emergency leak, and that is about as much as I'm going to say, because I don't really want to give it away which job it was. And this is the story. So, I repaired a leak, an emergency leak. They called me the day before. It's got water coming through the ceiling. So I was very lucky, and it's the one time that a customer's called me up. The customer was very lucky. One time that the customer that I had booked in for the day called me up and they said, "Oh, we got COVID." Right, so it ruined a full day, because I was supposed to be fitting a designer radiator. And so because that job got cancelled, I was like, yes, I can come tomorrow morning. I'll be there in the morning. So I went round in the morning. I repaired the leak. So obviously with jobs that are emergency, customer might not necessarily have the money to get a leak repaired. You know, but should you call up your insurance company if that happens? You know, what should you do? But either way, you know, if for any reason that you can't afford it, you should always let your plumber know. And very likely, if they're a decent person, I can be a decent person, I'd have been, do you know what? Pay me what you can now. We'll sort out a payment plan. We can do whatever. Or I'll invoice you and you get 30 days or whatever to pay. Not a problem, sweet. But typically, what I tend to do at the end of the job, when I'm finished and I'm saying, right, let's sort out the bill, I'll pull out the card reader. So I'll pull out the card reader and I'll say, do you want to pay cash or card? Cash or card. Not that I have ever taken cash for any job. Disclaimer, no one has ever paid me cash. No, in all seriousness, no one pays cash nowadays, do they? No one pays cash. They either want to bank transfer you, or if you've got a little card machine like this one, then you can sort it out then and there. Now, obviously, you can do invoicing and everything through that app. There's loads of different apps out there, so you can pick and choose whatever one suits you, whatever. So we sit at the dining room table, get the card machine. So, would you like to pay cash or card? And she goes, and as soon as she hesitated at all, I thought something is probably not going to be right. So she pulls out her bank card and she goes, how much is it? And at this point, number one, it was late booked in. The customer I felt sorry for, and I did not charge nowhere near enough. So the price, right, £180. So that was for an emergency leak repair, including materials. So she gets a card and she goes, oh, I won't be able to tap that, will I? I said, that's okay. You can put it in and put your pin in. It's all... I've never seen that before. I went, well, yeah, you have. Every time you've ever gone in a shop, you've used the chip and pin device. Well, I don't know. I can't remember my pin. I've lost my pin. And I'm thinking, okay. I was like, that's all right. Don't worry about it. What I'll do is I'll get your email and I'll send you an invoice. Right, okay, so can I just give you a check? And I said, no, unfortunately, I don't accept check. I haven't accept check for about 4 years now, where I've just gone, no more checks. Every time I've ever been given a check, it usually bounces and it's not a good thing. Now, I spoke about this with someone this week, and they've said you should have took the cheque, because then it's a guarantee of payment, and then if it bounces, then you can take them to court. The only problem with us as tradesmen is we take someone to court. They're not interested if it's under about £3,000. It can't, small claims court. And do I really want, is it worth the hassle? I'd just end up losing money, and it would just be a principle thing, right? So I said, no, I'll send you an email, and it's payment link, and then you can just put your card details on, because you don't need your PIN number. Just put your card details in and it'll pay. Wow. The only thing is, I don't have the PIN number to my iPad. Right, okay. Let me just send you the email anyway, and then when you get it sorted, you get it sorted, and that'll be fine. I'm not quite sure what my email is. Now, very good timing. The son come round. He'd walk through the front door, and he walks in, and I said, do you know your mum's email address? And he said, yeah, I've got it on my phone. So I said, okay, put it in, blah, blah, blah. And I said, could you help your mum with the payment link? It's just like any payment you'd make online using your debit card. Or I'll still send you the invoice. I can give you my bank details. You can make a bank transfer. You can go to the bank, do a bank transfer, and then I will, you know, put a note on the invoice to say it's been paid. Lovely jubbly. But I have had absolutely nothing. Now, this is what's funny, because with SumUp, the app, right, I must have only drove around the corner. Now I thought, I better check my invoices anyway. I've got other things and stuff that I'm owed for. And what did I see? The email had been opened. So it shows you that the invoice has been viewed. It will say sent, received, viewed, paid. It had been viewed. So I'm thinking, right, okay. So you viewed it, even though you couldn't log onto your iPad. And I thought, well, you know, she's viewed it now, so maybe she'll pay shortly. So a week later, I did drop her a message. I just dropped her a text message, and I just said, look, if you're struggling to pay, or you want to come to an arrangement where maybe we break the bill down, or I give you a longer time period to pay for it, that's not a problem. I'm not an arsehole. I will try and help and accommodate people, because, you know, money's tight for some people. Now, you know, this particular address, it's a nice house. It's a nice house in a nice area. So, you know, not to judge people too much, but it weren't like I thought this is a destitute person. So, still not been paid. But this is the thing. I'm in a very fortunate position, because it was £180. Now, my time and my labour, I kind of think, well, if you don't get paid for your time, well, what if you had a day off sick? I'm self-employed. I wouldn't get paid at all, right? So, you know, the loss on the labour is not as bad as if I've put materials into the job. Now, I had brought materials for the job at the total cost of, I think it was just over £40, basically. So I'm £40 in the red. Now, I can't sit here and I can't moan too much, because there is a little bit of a silver lining, and the silver lining is I make these videos, I make these silly little videos across all social media platforms, and I'm very, 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 very lucky that over on TikTok, I've done quite well on TikTok, basically, and I've qualified for the Creator Fund, and I have earned some money. And that particular job, I did film some stuff. It weren't a massive long clip, but I'll show you. I'll put a screen grab here, and I actually need to go find out how much I just earned quick. Let me have a look. Okay, £71.25. So I've made back the materials and I've made a little bit extra back as well, I suppose. So that is the silver lining to it, that I haven't really lost out other than what I'm owed for my labour. She might pay eventually one day. I did call up for an update today and I think I've been blocked. It didn't even ring. It just went beep, beep, beep. So yeah, I think I've been blocked, but not that I've been hounding her at all. I really haven't. So don't take it that way. It is what it is. I've got to cut my losses, but I'm very lucky with the social media side of things that, you know, I do earn some money from it as well. I've been lucky enough to do a couple of advertisements recently that have sort of paid for things like that. If things go wrong, I'm very, very fortunate to be in that position where it's not too bad. So there you go. I've had to go bankrupt, and that's probably the title of this video. What are your experiences with people not paying? Do you accept cheque is the biggest question. Would you accept cheque? Some people have said, oh, you can just scan it on your phone now and then it pays into your bank. And I don't know. I'm not that technologically gifted. I might be good at editing videos together, but when it comes to banking apps and stuff like that, I don't know my ass from my elbow. So don't forget to, if you want to, hit that subscribe button. And then at the very last thing before I leave, and I've waited till the end of the video, so I'm not dickhead. One of my sponsors is Direct Plumbing Supplies, and they help fund the videos and the creation of the videos by supporting me. They do plumbing supplies. They're an independent merchant, so they ain't got the buying power of Screwfix and everything else, but you'll still find that overall they are so much cheaper than a lot of the big branches of plumbing merchants in the UK. So if you want to check out directplumbing.supplies.com, go check them out. So yeah, appreciate people like that have supported me. I appreciate all the other things that go along with being on social media. It's great. We love it. Peace out, guys. I hope you all have a blessed weekend, because I'm recording this video on a Friday. So even if you're watching it on a Tuesday, pause it, watch the rest of this on Friday, and it makes sense. Have a good weekend. I love you all, you complete degenerates. And don't forget, look, hit that fucking subscribe button. Peace out.